how do I know what is right and what is wrong? So, I guess growing up, there's a few basics as what's right and what's wrong, and you just sort of learn, and how you learn is bewilders me slightly. But you just sort of have a sense that, killing people, that's wrong, and there's lots of scenarios where you know what's right. Like, if someone falls over, you shouldn't. What is right is to help them and ask if they're okay. That's the right thing to do. But how do you know that? Well, it's interesting because it may be that you learn what is right and what is wrong, like in from like your parents, and you learn it, and it's something that we have to teach each other and pass on to the generations. Or it could be that humans just have a sense that is part of like just being a human through like people's DNA, that you just have a sense of what right and wrong is. And there's also the thing that what is right or wrong might be some intrinsic truth about reality, and it might exist beyond human thought. It might exist beyond our own thinking, that right and wrong might be some intrinsic truth, like like morality exists in itself beyond humans. And what is right or wrong might come from some deity, might come from a god, or might just be something that is some hidden truth to the universe. But how can we know what is right and wrong? Well, it's difficult because there are certain situations where people agree and disagree about whether something is right and whether something is wrong. There's a grey area in some things. Like, in terms of going to war, is that ever right? Can that ever possibly be right? Well, some people might argue as a means to the end. It for world peace, going to war might sometimes be the best thing to do, because otherwise there's somebody who would, go against human rights, and that's a general, we have a sense of that's right, and we agree with that. But how do we know that? Well, I think a lot of it comes from agreeing with other people. I know this is right because everybody thinks that this is right, like human rights. Everybody thinks that way. So so actually having people that agree with you helps you understand what is right and what is wrong. Um, so say we have a moral dilemma, and how can we tell what is right and wrong? How do we just go to our, you know, think from scratch, or do we have like a moral code within us? So let's think of a moral dilemma. So so torturing people to save lives. You do a bad action, and in the end, you've saved lives. So the America might torture people to save lives from, stopping terrorism. And although the act of torturing people is bad, it has a good. So how do we know that that's right or wrong? Well, usually we just go to our own um, normal thinking, and we have a sense. But actually, what is right might go against what we find comfortable, because an action may not be like very nice, like torturing people, but actually it's the right thing to do, because it leads to a good situation. But I think personally that you should never torture people. I think you should have standards, and they should be kept to. And how do I know that? Through years of experience of learning about morality and agreeing with other people and just an inner gut feeling. That's how I know right from wrong. Thank you for watching. I love you, ciao.